corruption. It is the change that Namibia needs.
If we do not invest in them, if we do not empower them,
the resources above and below the ground belongs to the state. You are the state.
Good morning, Namibia. Welcome to the very first IPC podcast. I'm your host, Nashinge, and for this landmark episode, we are truly honored to be joined by a significant voice in Namibian politics, Honorable Imms Nashinge, a significant and a distinguished member of the 8th Parliament, and also the leader of official opposition party in Parliament. Honorable Nashinge, good morning.
Thank you very much. Good morning, Bajot.
Thank you for coming. Maybe to start, for those who might not know you, who are you? Who is Imms Nashinge?
Where do I start? Oh, well, Emmanuel, a.k.a. Imms Nashinge, is a child of this country, a son of a village called Onanjaba in Okalongo constituency, born 41 years ago. I'm not a born free. Yeah, so that is where I was born, but I have also lived almost everywhere in Namibia. I spent some years as well in Oshikoto region, where I did my primary school, Kashana Kitembu, Shifukwa, and somewhere on Naina constituency. And then I moved to Grootfontein. My mother worked for DBC then. So I also spent some good years.
What is DBC?
DBC, it was Development Brigade Corporation. When the comrades came back from exile, they also ventured into some actually brilliant ideas to get themselves busy and also contribute to the economy of the country, because this company was involved quite in a lot of business activity, agriculture, poultry, vocational training, and so on and so on. So, yeah, and then I did up to my grade 10 in Grootfontein. I think we were there recently during the by-election, and it brought at the secondary school where I was, Frederick Awaseb, it brought a bit of some emotions. Shockingly enough, the paint that was there in the early 2000, 2009, 2000, is still the same paint. And it does not really look...
The paint of the school?
Of the school, yeah.
Okay.
It does not really look, that good. I pray I will secure some sponsorship so I can just do a bit of painting there, just to give it some bit of life. And then I moved to Windhoek.
Maybe before you continue, our viewers are listening. Is this a promise that you are making?
Yeah, it's actually a commitment. I like seeing things looking good. I love, we have a culture in Namibia where we don't really believe in taking care of our infrastructure and so on. And I think, Grootfontein, I'm coming. I just need to get patriotic Namibians to join me and see how far they can assist me so that that dream is realized. So after finishing my grade 12, grade 10...
Sorry to cut you short. Maybe when should they expect you?
I can't give a date now.
10 years from now on?
No, that's too far. Perhaps 14, 13, 10, 9 months from now on.
Okay, months.
Yeah.
All right.
So, beautiful days we had, and an interesting childhood. Things were much more better than now. You were still young. All you needed was to worry about pocket money to go and enjoy fat cakes at school, compared to now when you are now an elder. You must take care of your children, worry about the household. So, and then from Grootfontein, after finishing grade 10, I moved to Windhoek, where I joined Concordia College, where I finished my secondary school. Okay. And the rest is history. I became a resident and a citizen of the capital city. where after finishing high school in 2003, I think I joined politics in 2004. Where I think I became a branch.
Just immediately after high school?
Yeah. I became a branch secretary in Samora Machel, just the area where the founding fathers' first residence after coming back from exile.
Okay.
So I won't mention which political party I served. I think many citizens know.
Yeah.
So that is me. And then I think everything just started happening by itself. Obviously, also doing a lot with the youth activities. I was a regional chairperson for the National Youth Council for maybe 2-3 terms.
Okay.
And then, when they were doing the railway, founding father would ask Namibians to go and volunteer. I also formed part of that. We organized ourselves and we went to contribute. And then it went on and on. I got into, so I have been, the Imms me, I have been really involved, especially with the youth politics and so on, up to the national level. Okay. And at some point, I think in 2013, I really just sat back and asked myself, what am I doing? Because things were really not balancing. Everything that one sees, there was always these question marks in terms of governance, in terms of principles, in terms of ethics. And then I just took a back seat and I laid down. I literally just gave up on it. I think I gave myself a good space to breathe and just rearrange and restructure my political visions, if I can put it that way. So in a nutshell, that is me in this political environment, if I can put it short. It's long. The issues, the challenges we went through, the disappointments, the emotions, the hopelessness, and so on. And I think then 2019 came, something new into our body politics happened, and today here we are. I think in short, that's what I can say. Well, I'm married.
Okay.
With beautiful 3 children, and a beautiful and supporting wife, of course. And I have 3 siblings. My mother is also still alive. Only my father that left us in 2018. Okay. And that is really me. And I think it's I'm really happy for the platform, and I thank you for the initiative.
Okay, so thank you very much.
Thank you.
So I don't want to take you back, but I just want to understand, you said you haven't been actively involved in politics since 2013 until 2019. Yeah,
since 2013, I did not quit anything, especially where I was with the ruling party. I just took a backseat. And I think even the election campaigns of 2014, I did not participate. But I did go and vote for Parliament only, something I don't regret about. All those, I think 2017 came, so much was happening. I was not really happy. The approach that was taken, everyone was contesting and all that. But I did assist it from a distance where possible. Okay. And things happened again. And again, I really just stayed away. I think our term as a member of the National Executive of the the Swapo Youth League then was coming to an end as well that year around August
2017.
2017. I did participate as a delegate, but just for the sake of it, and I was not wrong, because when we got into Katima, the them and us and all that was evident. But before that, I think I went to court with the former colleague. We had a problem where individuals wanted to stand while they were beyond the prescribed age limit as youth. But we lost that case. Up to now, I didn't get a briefing as to why I lost the case. In fact, the case was just thrown out. Why? I don't know up to this hour. But that is life. That is politics. So we attended. I didn't even participate in the votings and whatnot. Then we left. We came back to the city, and things were still happening. So I truly stayed out, and 2019 came. This man that I didn't know, but I was following him since 2017. And then 2019 came, 2019, we started engaging. And then the independent candidature came, and I think I felt, this is the right time to again get back into what I love doing. And the rest is history. Here we are.
Okay, thank you. Honorable, you have had a diverse career path, from graphic design to public management. How have this experience shaped your approach to public service?
I would say it has assisted me to understand certain things, understand our setup as a country, as a people. I have worked as a photographer and a graphic designer for Trasco Group International and Informante then. So I was part of the team, official photographer for the newspaper, tabloid that time. So, tabloid, formal stuff, gossip stuffs and all that. So we would come here. I think one publication I did was that the ministers were it was so normal for members of parliament just to sleep, doze off in the middle of the debate and whatnot. And we came here. I took nice photos of most senior guys that time, and sleeping, enjoying the sleep. And we used to come out on Thursday. That Thursday there was a program I was participating. I flew to Berlin. So when the fires were burning, I was not here, and my boss then, the editor Max Amata, had to face it on his own. So with that, in the newsroom, you really get to be exposed to quite a lot of things. Just understanding who does what, the way institution operates, and also the level of corruption in different dimensions, and also a corporate entity. You are also exposed to quite a lot in terms of business, in terms of business activities. So and I think I also moved to the other newspaper. I think we were the more or less the first founders of that newspaper, Namibian Sun, where I was a manager for production. Again, it was quite interesting working with different people, engaging various institutions, especially when there are events and whatnot. So I would agree that that has really helped me to understand and get a better understanding on how things are done. in terms of governance, corporate, and even gathering news, understanding what is happening, and also how unethical things can be when a story is about to go. You see individuals involved begging and trying to engage so that the story is killed. And sometimes also you, coming from a political background, when issues comes there, you also find yourself in an uncomfortable situation to say, should I alert the colleagues that there is this story that might come out that may damage us. I think there was one. I had to call Dr. Ngurale then, who was our leader then, my previous life. Yeah, so those dynamics really polished me, and also ended up working for the state. You also understand the bureaucracy, the politics and government, the reason why things don't move. We've been doing it this way. So that combination of experiences and exposure, I think, helped me to be where I am and being a student of public management.
Okay.
So yeah, I am what I am today because of that experience, plus now the youth activism and so on.
It really helped you.
Yeah.
Now, as the national spokesperson of the IPC, you have been the voice of the party since 2020, basically at the inception of the of the IPC. How have and now obviously the leader of official opposition party in Parliament. What does this progression mean to you personally and also to the IPC?
Well, is it progression? Well, I appreciate that I'm given these huge responsibilities on my shoulders. And on a daily basis, you ask yourself, did I do right? Was my behaviors or characters really in conformity with what the organization stands for? Yeah, it's quite a challenge, but I have enjoyed so far. I believe I have tried my best. It's difficult. Tomorrow you are dealing with members who are resigning, running to the media that they have resigned just because they couldn't make it on the list. One case, for example, I remember in Komasdal, during the preparation or the nomination for candidates for the local authority and regional here in Comas, and some of these colleagues came with a group organized, and you could see people are intoxicated. And now here you are a leader, you are a national spokesperson. You just don't know which one, so that you are also not seen as too aggressive or not accommodating different views and all that. So it has not been that easy, but with the support base you have from the National General Secretary and the President, funny enough, you find people calling him a dictator and all that. But then, as an individual, if I can look at the growth that I have achieved in the short period of time because of the support base that you have, he would call and deal with you proper, but to wake you up, and after some time you come back to your senses and say, this makes sense. So it has been and still an interesting journey coming to Parliament, first time coming here, and then again this role is put up on your shoulder, still learning, still mastering the game, especially leading. I don't believe in, I don't really love this power me. So with the team, I struggle sometimes to micromanage people and all that. But I think with the support again and the colleagues who are very clear and they understand why we are here, it is going well. And in the past 5 years, I've learned quite a lot. The empowerment program has worked. I think if one observes, many had certain expectations. Me coming here, me being a leader of the official opposition party in parliament. But with that preparation and the system in place, they see a different guy. Some have branded me the emotional guy who would not mind throwing punches. That did not happen, and they'll wait forever. So it is, I'm enjoying actually, and I truly appreciate the support that I'm getting from the leadership, from the party. And with that, I believe it is going to go well, and I'm sure the base is set, the foundation is set, and whoever is going to take over from me, especially as the spokesperson of the party, will find best mechanism in place as we move forward.
Okay. Thank you very much. Maybe just to take you a little bit back, you stated that there are some people resigning. We have, we read in newspapers reporting about people leaving IPC, and you are saying they are leaving because they didn't get a chance to go to Parliament. All those people that we are seeing resigning, were they hoping to go to Parliament perhaps? Because was it last week we have heard 200 people resigned, or 100 from Erongo?
No, some of those numbers are, I don't know where those are ghost numbers. There's nothing like that. 200 is a serious number. But yeah, many truly, it was just about power.
Okay.
And those, the intention, we're starting, everyone, the doors were open for everyone. There was no time to do vetting and all that. So it was really inevitable that these things will happen. But in most cases, many resignation was really just power. Some feel, why that tribe, not me? Me, I've been there from day one. Why can't I be on the list? And then they walk away. The funny part is that when they walk away, they run to the media. But when they joined, they never went to the media and say, me, I have joined. For me, for example, nobody knew I was this side. I never went to the media to shout and scream and all that. But for some, they felt, and I think majority of us, that's how it happened. But you see some, I don't know what the intention is to run to the media and say I have left, but you never told the media why when you joined. Yeah. So truly, that is all what we've been experiencing. Well, so some were given promises. We are told money was given to individuals to convince others to follow them, which ended up in total failure. And it's not an issue to worry about because as these small numbers of people keeps leaving, bigger numbers of people continue joining. And that's a good thing about us as a political party. And I'm happy about that. And we just need to continue focused and do what is expected of us, focus on the business why we exist, and push in order to improve the livelihood of our people and the country in general.
Okay, thank you. While we are there, as we move further into 2025, and with the upcoming election, regional and local authority election in November, what are some of the strategic priorities and legislative focus area for the year for the party?
Yeah, we have contractual obligation with the people of Namibia through the manifesto that we have presented to the Namibians in last year, 2024. And we will continue with that, focusing on service delivery, making also sure that corruption is fought wholeheartedly at all levels, in the office, in the church, in the local authority, at home, in school. That is the strategy. Also,
So
service
fighting
delivery.
corruption is the main
One,
priority.
that is, because even now, you can see it's business unusual, but corruption is still continuing. So citizens of this country, whether you are a member of IPC or not, you have an obligation, and that is our call, that we need to fight this animal called corruption, so that we can bring back the culture of ethics, principles, and good governance to the fore, so that we can realize development, we can realize good governance, we can also realize accountability. So for now, as we move into local authority, whoever is going to make it, we stick to the ideals and the commitments and the promises that we have laid out into our manifesto. Many areas we have, in terms of governance, in terms of now the local authority levels and regional authority, regional councils levels, issues where we are saying issues such as land reform. We everywhere else we need to have these conversations, so that these ideas are then pushed towards the members of parliament, so that we have these discussions either through motions or questions, so that some of these issues are truly addressed. Youth empowerment, the economic emancipation of our people, those are issues. The quality health care for our people, what is to be done, how do we go about it, the safety of our people as far as our territorial integrity is concerned, and then also just the service delivery within those institutions, be it Home Affairs, be it the Minister of Education, be it Minister of Health. Is what the current administration doing fine, correct, and if not, how do we fix it? So that is what should be in the mind of everyone who is vying to serve, or those that are already in the position. And as an official opposition, we have that obligation to be the watchdog, to provide policy oversight towards the current administration. So as we move towards 2030, that is going to be our business. And it is doable if we are committed, if we are also changing the narrative, if we are also truly pushing that agenda of change, that things must change. Things must not only change in government or in offices, but things must change amongst ourselves, in our communities, in our neighborhoods, in our households. Because, for example, corruption does not only happen in the public office alone. It's brought there, it happens because of us. So those are some of the things that we need to address. Part of the change agenda is also to say, when we have elected leaders, what should we expect from the leaders that we have elected? Should we continue with the culture that we've been seeing for the past 35 years, where leaders, when voted, they become masters and honorables and kings and queens? It should be the other way around, that those that have voted us into positions of leadership, of power, should be our bosses, should be our masters.
So
Not the other way
leadership.
around. Yeah. So in your community, if you are drinking salty water, what this agenda of change should see is that if you are drinking salty water and the minister is coming somewhere in Oshikoto or Angwena region, don't run to Enana or Congo or Muthia to go buy mineral water from ShopRite or others.
So we
Let the
must-
minister drink the salty water. And whatever is going to happen, let the minister deal with it, because that is a reality. So that is part of the change that we must push for ourselves. Issues like I've observed, for example, the misunderstanding that we have, or the miseducation, for example, towards our national police. Our police has a clear constitutional obligation to provide safety and security to us and maintain law and order, but not them to abuse their positions, where when they are telling you to do this and that and you know it's wrong, you are doing it. I have seen, for example, during the elections, the national elections, where police officers in those polling stations, they were counting, and people were just okay with it.
Counting votes.
Counting votes. But police officers should be there to maintain law and order. So these are some of the many things that we need to get rid of as we move towards into the future. And I think as IPC representatives, our commitment is to provide that education, as our president really did well with civic education from 2019 on, educating Namibians to understand the importance of understanding their constitution, their role as citizens of this country, and so on. So that is what is upon us. And moving forward, really, is for us to push the agenda of IPC, which is laid out in the manifesto of the party, to make sure that wherever we are, we look at all these issues that are biting our people. We look at the issue of if you are a lawyer or if you are a public administrator, ask yourself a question within and a member of this party to say, IPC made a commitment to make sure that the criminal justice system is reformed. How do we do it? Wherever you are finding yourself, how do we do it? What are the ideas? And then we push them towards forward to the members of parliament, and so that they can sit around and have a conversation and come out with a better proposition, and so that we put it forward to the ruling party. And then the choice will be theirs if they want to listen and take ideas that are truly working from us and other political parties, so that we fix our country. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. You mentioned about ministries and their responsibilities and how you're going to fight corruption. But Honorable, you hold a crucial portfolio of a shadow minister of Home Affairs, Immigration, Safety and Security. Could you please, perhaps for our viewers, explain what this whole role entails, the shadow minister responsibility really is?
Thank you very much. Well, if I can make it easy and simple, I'm a watchdog. My role as a shadow minister for the Minister of Home Affairs is to truly just to provide policy oversight and criticize, but criticizing with alternatives and solutions to the problems that are there. The other one is to also just to provide alternative solutions within the ministry and everywhere else, especially where issues are cutting across the board. Also to provide public advocacy. We have citizens, for example, now that are complaining about many issues when it comes to that ministry: citizenship, registration, the cumbersome system. People are struggling to get citizenship documentation. Why? Places like in rural areas, are the services getting there? Why are they not getting there? If we have a budget, did we budget for getting into the rural areas? We have citizens also crying, for example, that you have a passport it expires, you go back to the ministry to renew your passport, and you are told you are not a citizen. That is the reality right now. So my role also is to hear the problems of our people and advocate to find solution to their problems, to the minister and the ministry in general. The other thing is also to prepare. As this role I'm given by the party is to prepare for governance. For while we are in these roles, we are not just there to criticize, but to learn, to see how things are done, to see where the challenges are, how we are going to fix these challenges, and then to, at the end of the day, because we are just at the door, we are just at the door waiting for that mandate to be given to us so that we come in. So you can't just come in. This is now an opportunity for us to prepare ourselves to, as we push and move to take over. So in the nutshell, this is what the role is all about. For example, on the policy oversight is to say, right now, you look at the service of the police officer, because this ministry is so huge.
Yeah.
You have correctional service, you have Namibian police force, and then the ministry in general that deals with civil registration, it deals with work permits issues, it deals with immigration matters, which now you have borders. We need to find out how weak or how strong our border management control is. What needs to be done? Our officials who are managing these borders, what conditions are they living in? Because if these people are exposed to suffering and whatnot, they can easily be exposed by those that wants to come in illegally through various means like corruption. But if they are not taken care of, then you have a problem. Our police as well. These colleagues have a very serious task taking care of us. But what is their working conditions? When I pass through roadblocks and so on, many of them are opening up saying, even uniform, they only have one pair of uniform. It's now up to me to see how I can engage the colleagues and others for inputs to say, how can we improve the issue of transport, for example, so that we have a workforce that is happy, that is motivated, and is not having a broken morale in executing their duties and responsibilities as police officers in the Republic. You also have correctional service, for example, which I'm proud of what they are doing. They realize relying on government with their daunting task of taking care of convicts, and they have a responsibility to make sure that they rehabilitate them, but they must also feed them, because the international laws requires that convicts should be fed like human beings with nutritional food and so on. So they have gone into venturing into agricultural activities, for example. Okay. They have farms in Divundu, somewhere in Tsumeb, one that they are pushing in Kunene now, for example, but they are stuck because they don't have the necessary equipment. But how do we support them? How do I feel I need to engage the ministry and the Honorable Minister to render the necessary support to correctional service for them to be able to do more, so that at least, because I'm told even of the officials of correctional service, they are benefiting from this program, and then prisoners are also feeding themselves. But how can we expand that, for example, and move it, look and rope in Ministry of Education, where I am able to engage my colleague, the Shadow Minister of Education, to say we have a situation where schools feeding program is procured through tendering, which becomes quite costly for us as a country. So why can't correctional service come on board and supply some of these foods, either at a lower cost or for free, to supplement the feeding program of the Ministry of Education, where at the end of the day we can cut cost, and also to make sure that the food that is being fed to our children is indeed nutritional. We have them, and I think we just need to engage and give the necessary support so that the activities, the agricultural activities of these guys is expanded. And also issues like uniform, for example. Where are we buying the uniform for our members? Is it built outside? Can't we have it done here? We are training Namibians for vocational training, through vocational trainings. Even College of the Arts is training fashion designers and so on. Why can't we put these people together, find a budget and start manufacturing ourselves?
A uniform coming out from outside?
I want to believe so, because why are we struggling to provide our officers with sufficient uniform? Our ladies in uniform, how can they just have one uniform? It's not right. Issues, transport even. They are thrown into a quantum that I think it's a 16-seater. How many does it take?
Yeah, 16.
And they are telling me they are thrown into that. Some are standing. So in the process, your own police is also breaking rules, because we are not supposed to be overloading. So these are many problems that we need to handle as citizens of this country, given the responsibility and the mandate by the people of Namibia. So it's up to us now to find ourselves, to engage and share ideas, and push ourselves to make sure that we buy into each other's ideas that are doable and practical, and implement, so that we change the lives of our people. The other challenge, for example, the ministry as a shadow minister, is the fact that it seems the ministry is struggling to integrate and to also embrace technology. Now I need to have a proper understanding as to what is a challenge, because as a custodian, to keep the citizens' documentations and registration, civil registration and all that. How are they managing to make sure that this information, this data is integrated? If I'm in Congo, I'm able to access the information about my birth certificate without, or if I'm from Congo and I'm in Windhoek, I should just be able to go to the region, to the national headquarters, and get the necessary information and assistance that I need, without being told, no, we don't have your information here, go to Congo, because that is what is happening now.
Like what you mentioned, you spoke of you gave an example of an expired passport. I have a passport, it gets expired after how many years? 10 years. And then when I go back to Home Affairs, I'm told, you are not
you are not in the system.
How does it work?
Or go and now you are not in your system, go and get your mother and your father to come in and verify. And now, what if one's mom is normal or father is normal? How do you get it right? Or let's say you are here, but your parent is maybe in UK, in America. How do you get it right? And meanwhile, time is going, you need documentation. There is a young man here who is in the national team of, I forgot which sport code. He needs to go and represent the country, but because of these complications, suddenly he's not a citizen. He needs to get somebody to come and do the verification and confirmation.
But he's a Namibian.
And he's a Namibian. Time is going. He can't get his passport. Now he misses out. You break these guys emotionally down, who is so eager and happy to go and serve his country. Now he can't because of these things. So the role as a shadow minister is now to look at those things, be an advocate, but at the same time engage professionally the ministry and the minister and say, these are problems that we have. how do we address, how do we find solutions to this problem? Even yesterday, I gave a notice of questions to the minister on issues, for example, where for too long now, it's a known fact that there are people selling national documents. In 2021 or so, a Zambian engineer was arrested, and he has been living here for 18 years. He was arrested because the documents he had apparently fraudulently acquired or bought or something like that. How is that possible? And it is an ongoing thing. Even now I have a case of a passport that was again given, utilized for 3 or 4 years, only to be told this passport is fake or something like that. How do we manage that? And with that, with the country we are about to, if we can, the oil discovery story can truly be confirmed, we are heading into a different environment, territory. How are we going to manage and protect our country and make sure that we don't have foreigners entering through illegal means if we have this problem, this monster in our face? So our role is to now engage, advocate, find solutions, and alert the institution that we have a problem here, and we need to address it as fast as possible. And if the culprits are known, a decision got to be taken without fear or favor, so that we get rid of these problems and make sure that our country, territorial integrity is protected, that we don't have people who don't have the rights or qualification to be here.
Okay, so it seems like you have identified a whole lot of issues within the ministry. Maybe just to help us understand your working relationship with the minister herself, how is it?
Well, since it's just the beginning, we are really just still putting our house in order. It takes time.
Okay.
The role which is now given to those that gave the mandate, the role that I'm having now as leader of the official opposition, that is given to in Parliament, that is given to the people of Namibia, 243,000. For example, I only got the driver for the office and the personal assistant for the office a week ago.
Oh.
So you need to first have the base well set up so that we are now able to engage. I have not reached out yet, but I have been going into that ministry just to have an understanding. The other time I deliberately went to just ask for the organogram of the ministry, and I was surprised. I was told I must write to the office of the minister and just to get the organogram of the ministry. So, but having worked with her in my previous life, I don't think she will turn into somebody else just because of where I am. I'm on the left side of the chamber. I think we are going to manage, because the agenda here is our country. The agenda here is to serve our people, nothing else. Nothing personal. We don't need to be emotional about anything, but to truly work. And we are human. We are not perfect. If things are not working in there, it's not a bad thing. But I got to see that things are not working there, and I take it to her. I think the onus is truly on her to make a decision and say, here, forget about politics. Here you are correct. Let's do it. So I think that is what I look forward, and I plan to visit her. To pay a courtesy visit as soon as possible, and introduce myself and my colleague, my deputy, and perhaps the team, especially where we have issues that are cut crossing. For example, ICT. My colleague, Honorable John Lowe, who is Shadow Minister for ICT, I think it would be nice if he can join me as I engage, because issues of worn out ICT, IT infrastructure, and so on, falls under his ministry. I think if we prioritize our responsibility and put more effort in it, I'm sure we are going to, and also the colleagues find it easy to embrace and accept us, and also understand that we are not here to play politics but to save our people. I don't think we are going to have a problem at all.
Okay. Thank you very much. So 4 months in the office and you are yet to settle in. Seems like we have a long way to go. But
it's shocking. Only when we came here also to just learn as members of parliament, we are supposed to have a team of researchers where we just say, I have this issue, this is how I see it, what do you think? I give you 2 days to come back. We don't have that. We are doing it on our own. But I'm happy that because of our uniqueness as IPC, you don't stress much, because the support base is there. Our vibrant National General Secretary always try her best to just make it work for everyone. And when issues are like that, but also because of our principles, we don't believe in just shouting for the sake of it or just asking questions for the sake of it. I think it's helping us, because you also need to internalize. If you find the matter, internalize, look at both angles, the constitutional provision, the legal provision, and so on. I think it makes things much more easier and help us not to get stuck. But the reality is, we have three legs. We have 3 legs of the state: judiciary, executive judiciary, and legislature, where we are. But it seems this one is missing, the 3rd one. Why? Because the institution is really weak. The institution is not given the respect that it deserves. During the induction workshops, for example, we learned there are 28 vacancies. So how do we expect vacancies? So meaning they need 28 people to come here to make sure that the institution is operating optimally. So with that, how do we expect this institution to be powerful enough? So meaning, even if you look at the budget, it's 390 million versus 1 billion of the presidency executive. And I need to double check the one of judiciary. It's more than the parliament. So even the library is this tiny. Almost everything. So, and hence, I think is the reason why things are very slow. You could also tell that the committees, they are not really, they are just there for the sake of it. They are not really operating with a vision and agenda as to what is that to be achieved. We have asked, we just started, we were not even told, okay, the 7th parliament, these are the issues that were covered. Just for you to have an understanding where we are coming from. So all those things. So yeah, there is a need.
Maybe they expect you to do that on your own as individuals.
Yeah, but this is an institution. Remember also, we are violating the constitution because there is a constitutional violation that asks us to make sure that we have an independent parliamentary commission in the Republic of Namibia, which is not in place. You also have a bill that has been collecting dust for the past 23, 25 years on the same matter. So those are the reason I think things are slow like that. But we are deliberately also taking it slow, first to understand what we are dealing with, to have a proper understanding on the portfolios that were given to us, so that when you out there, you are doing justice to yourself, to the party, to the people of Namibia that have given us the mandate, that when you go in there, you know what you are doing. For example, even issues such as cybersecurity that may face the ministry where I'm a shadow minister. I can't just demand to implement now because the bill itself that calls for us to have a law on cybersecurity is not in place yet. So it's all that. So yeah, it's quite interesting, and there's a need for us to be proactive and to make sure that this institution, this third leg of the state, is strengthened, so that we do justice to the people that have given us the mandate and sent us to come and represent them here.
Okay.
Things should not take long. We should really be fast in implementing and taking decisions. Even I think the legal people that are in charge of Parliament to help us, I think there are only two. Maybe it's a fair number. Maybe we need more. So all those things contribute, but we will start now engaging because we are ready. Our induction at the party level, I think, has done justice, because on our own as a party we always have induction programs every other weekend to just polish us and cook us nicely, so that when we come here to get into the chamber, we know 100% what is expected of us as servants of the people, and not masters.
Okay, that's good. I wish we could be here the whole day, but due to time we can't. So final one, Honorable. Given the economic outlook and various national challenges that are facing us Namibians, what are some of the, or maybe what is the IPC's message of hope and action for the year?
Yeah, true. It's worrisome. Employment opportunities are not there, which are more problematic. We have a manifesto, and since it's okay, the ruling party can go through and copy and paste.
Are they doing that?
They don't need to tell us at all, but just go for it.
Are they copying and pasting?
Yeah, it's evident. They can do so, and so that we free our people from this misery. Unemployment is on steroid, but Namibians should remain hopeful. We must not give up on life. We must continue hustling where we can, but also to the administration, it should really be business unusual, as they say, and not just be rhetoric. There is a lot we need to engage. We don't need to play politics all the time. Let's consult. I mean, here we are. We are now in July. One would have expected Her Excellency to engage political leaders of in this country to come together and say, colleagues, the train have taken off. How do we hold hand? How do we put these problems of ours on the table and map the way forward? Our president's doors are open anytime. He is always willing to advise and engage. Why don't we start there so that we can engage one another? There are many things we need to, for us, the focus is more on the ruling, on the administration than the general member of the public, because what can I tell a trained teacher, a qualified teacher who's at home? Yet the minister in the chamber is telling you they don't have data. So basically, they don't know how many teachers they have.
Imagine.
And how many teachers are employed and unemployed. So those are the problem is with the administration.
Seems like there is no will.
Yeah. Is there a will to address these problems? Full force or not? The administration has spoken so much about, for example, the previous one and the current one about what agriculture can deliver in terms of providing opportunities, providing even food security. But where are we? What are the signs? Nekarta Dam is there. Yeah, what is it? It's full to capacity. Are there activities around that dam so that those that wants to get their boots dirty and go and work can move now to Karas and work? No. So,
And it has been years.
Yeah.
Water comes in,
Yes.
evaporate, and that's it.
yes. So, it's our people are hopeless, but sometimes it's difficult to encourage them to remain hopeful in this environment, in this situation. So, they must have hope. They must have confidence in us. We will do our best anytime and engage professionally, patriotically, as citizens of this country with the administration, so that we can find some solutions to the problems that are facing us. Money is a big problem, but again, you have a situation where the colleagues are going out and borrow this little when your problems are this, and then the problems continue growing, and then you go and borrow this little again.
So our national debt is already
And the
high.
national debt is already there. Maybe my math is not mathing, but we have serious problems. Personally, an idea that I love selling to my party, for example, you look at the city of Windhoek, you ask yourself, how can they create opportunities in this current way of doing things? I doubt. For me, perhaps we must look at expanding the city towards the east, towards the west or wherever, and maybe give government pressure and say, give us 80 billion or 40 billion. We want to expand the city so that we can have a touch of our own as free people. But through such a way, you are creating opportunity for people, because then you know the guy who did plumbing for the next 25 years, we have an opportunity because the city is growing. We are moving towards the east. The guy who did electricity, the guy who did town planning, the guy who did this, who does painting, and then more can get more extra opportunities. I think that is how aggressive we are supposed to be doing things than just being stuck. Oh, vocational training. Okay, you train people through vocational training or TVET. Where are they going to work? When they are done, what are they going to get? Their mines in Erongo, I think we are supposed to have 3 or 4 more mines, but because of power deficit, they can't. Because in terms of electricity, we are still here. I think 600 megawatts, watts per annum. I think we need to grow that to 1,000 so that we are able to invite other guys, those that wants to come and set up here, but also looking at the issue of cost. If we are too expensive now, how do we drop the price so that those guys from outside can say, well, let's go to Namibia, it's much more better. And maybe have more that we can sell into the Southern African grid so that we can get $1 or more back into the coffer. So those are the challenges that are facing us. Our people are willing, they are resilient, they are willing to have that hope, but we might just run out of time. We need to stop window dressing. We need to stop having the executive running to do cleaning campaigns while you have ministry full of cleaners who can just come together one day, slaughter a kudu for them or a bull, let them clean. Because that's why what they are employed for. Minister picking up box from a car, that is not going to deliver us from the problems that are facing us. But our people should remain hopeful, but the administration should listen. The administration should be willing to engage and stop just playing politics for the sake of it, because we have an obligation to take care of the people of this country and make sure that everyone at least have a fair and a better life, just like anyone. You can't have, as the current president, Excellency Menetumbo says, we are too few to be poor. Sure, but when are we getting into that and address it practically and make sure that this poverty is gone for good? Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much, Honorable,
Thank you.
for making history with us.
Thank you, Patriot. Thank you very much.
And that brings us to the end of today's episode. A huge thanks to Honorable Imms Nashinge for his time and invaluable insights. And of course, to you, our viewers, for tuning in today. We're looking forward to bring you more engaging conversations such as this one. Until next time, take care.
Thank you.
It is the change that Namibia needs.
If we do